This message was encoded for your soul a very long time ago. Beloved, if you have been seeing the numbers 111, 333, or 999, now is the time to type this in the comments section to set the stage. It is with love that I receive my activation, which is 333. The following is a sacred request that I have for you before I continue. Speech balloon, please comment on this. This message is liked by you. Bell, make sure to subscribe and activate alerts. If this message pierced your soul, it wasn't by chance. Heaven is watching who responds. Under this video, you'll find a super thanks button. When you give $22 or more, you're not tipping a creator, you're planting a heavenly seed. And Archangel Michael promises, every divine seed bears divine fruit. Support the awakening. Heaven remembers those who do, that the others, those who are still sleeping, may discover what you are currently receiving. Now pay attention. There is more to come in terms of your awakening than this. At this very time, it is made visible to someone. We have concealed you, trained you, stripped you down, and rewired you. In heaven, you were placed in environments that did not comprehend you. In order to improve your voice, I placed you in the midst of the pandemonium. In order to enable you to perceive peace, you were made to feel as though you were forgotten, because you were finally able to recollect. And now, my dearness, the liberation of you is imminent. It am I, the Archangel Michael. Your soul has been whispering, and this message is sent to confirm it. It has been activated for you. What exactly does that say? At this point, your time for preparation has come to an end. No longer is your light just yours to possess. It serves as a lighthouse. There is a pulse, a signal to the others who are still out in the shadows. It is possible that you believe that you were simply healing. On the other hand, mending was never the objective. Transformation was the desired outcome. Remembering was the objective here. The assignment was the objective. At this moment, the world requires your frequency. It is not your flawlessness, presence of yours, not to be afraid of, for your fire. And yeah, I am aware of it. You don't know if you're ready. You are not going to. However, the mission does not tolerate any form of comfort. Obedience is the response it gives. You have been found by this message, due to the fact that you have passed the threshold. In addition, I, Michael, am not here to offer solace. As opposed to being commissioned, maintain a lofty stance. Can you feel it in your chest? The shaking is not coming from fear. When your prior self breaks off, it is the armor that protects you. To be heard out loud, I am willing to accept my role. I take a step forward. Yes, I am prepared. 111. Put it in the space below. Due to the fact that today, it is not enough to just accept light. You give rise to it. Oh, you have inquired, beloved. Why should I? How did I come to be a part of this family? I don't understand why I was carrying around so much misery. Why do I experience a different sensation in each and every room that I enter? Your response is as follows. Due to the fact that your soul has codes that very few people have, years before you took your first breath, the answer is yes. You witnessed the earth in a state of chaos. Systems with the purpose of filtering out light. Illusions that keep souls from waking up. Despite this, you offered your services voluntarily. I was present at that time. You made a proclamation while standing in the Council of Light. Just send me. I shall keep to myself, even if it means ruining everything for me. In addition to that, hasn't it? Many people have left you. You have fought against your own mentality. Your sanity has been called into doubt. You have experienced feelings of being abandoned, disregarded, and misunderstood. It's not because you're under duress. Despite the fact that you are encoded, the discomfort was never intended to be a kind of punishment. Activation was the effect. Each wound succeeded in exposing what the illusion had been attempting to conceal. For every betrayal, the veil was gradually lifted. On no occasion were you broken. There was a revelation about you. Today, I, Michael, will say the following into your being. There is no purpose for you to be here. You have come to set yourself apart in order to disrupt the proceeding. In addition, you have been exhausted. You have a desire to return to one's normal state. What you came to do, however, is to disrupt the regular. The weight that you are experiencing right now, it is not solely yours. You have the ability to transform the collective. Those that are awakened by the codes in your spirit are others. Simply because you are there. Your recovery is not limited to that. People are recalling memories as a result of your actions. Whenever you talk, produce, walk, or breathe into the world. Because of this, it had to be painful. Due to the fact that only those who have experienced the darkness can bring light with conviction to the table. Say this right now. My suffering turned into my motivation. The sacred codes that I hold are 999. Please type it down below. It should be anchored in this timeline, owing to the fact that from this point forward, a single thing about you is not a coincidence. There is nothing but heavenly. Dearly beloved, have you acknowledged the change? Time moves in a different way. Days are hazy. When you do something that your body has never done before, it reacts. The frequency of the earth is increasing, and you are not hallucinating it. A thin veil is being worn. Myths are beginning to crumble, and the world as you were accustomed to before is not lengthy enough to be maintained. There is no pandemonium here. There is a revelation. The systems that are based on fear, some of them are shaking. This is the fake lights. The lights are flickering because genuine light only has stopped hiding from us. Yes, you are included in it. I, Michael, the Archangel, tell you that. When it comes to history, this is not a random moment. At this particular moment, every prophecy has been whispering about. What is the reason that you have been experiencing the pull from within? That your spirit is able to hear what your mind is unable to decode at this time. You were designed to come to consciousness. This very moment, not in the previous year, not the following 10 years. Right now, because the grid of the earth is reacting to the spirits of its inhabitants, who carry the echo of the divine, which includes you as one of them. Yes, I am aware that the world appears to be in a state of disrepair. However, light is able to enter through cracks. You, my dearly cherished, consist of the light that is intended to penetrate the fractures. You are not looking for a rescuer at this time. What was previously prayed for has finally come to pass in the form of you. Every tiny prod that you've been experiencing, want to go a different route. The feeling that something significant is getting closer. You are being drawn inward by the magnet. This is the countdown from heaven. Now is the time to act. Now is the time to call, instead than continuing to prepare. Nonetheless, to take on. Do this out loud right now. This is the hour that I was born for. 1111 is the time that I climb into my timeline. Include it in the comments section to make it active. It is from this point forward that your readiness is something you must quit questioning. It is impossible for heaven to make errors. This is the reason you were sent. It is now that it starts. Dearest, as the level of your activation increases, you can start to encounter things that other people are unable to explain. Be not afraid, however. It is not true that you are becoming insane. You are rediscovering your inner self. Your senses are becoming more amplified. Time has the potential to warp. Something that was once significant now seems insignificant. Dishes, sounds, and even individuals can all of a sudden feel off. It is not a rejection at all. Recalibration is what it is. You are adjusting to the reality of the situation. It's possible that you'll experience unexpected chills, despite the fact that the room is warm. This represents a shift in your energy field to frequencies that are higher. There is a possibility that you will awaken at 3:33 a.m., as well as fully awakened. That is not the same thing as insomnia. You are invited to attend. There are patterns in the divine's wording. Do you find that certain numbers keep appearing? The numbers 444, 1111, and 222. None of those are mere coincidences. All of these are confirmations. You're heading in the right direction. Stay the course. It's possible that animals will act off in your presence. You might encounter birds along the way. Even if there is no one present, you could still feel a presence. This is what I, Michael, have to say. There is someone watching you. It is not by nighttime, but by the angelic beings. You've heard the whisper. You felt the fire in your chest. Now act. Below this video is a sacred opportunity, the Super Thanks button. When you give $33 or more, it becomes a covenant between you and God. And what you give in silence, God multiplies in light. Give, and watch heaven move in your life. For the ancestors, by the team that cannot be seen, because it has been directing you, starting from birth. It is known to them that your light is turning on. Moreover, when a light is turned on, this draws people's attention. Coming from both worlds, there is no need to be terrified. Your safety is guaranteed. Stay awake, however. What shines is not always a positive thing. Certain indications are divine. Some of them are diversionary. Rely on your own internal radar. If it strikes you as heavy, pause. Go ahead and go if it is clear and warm. Do this out loud right now. It is the divine signals that I trust. I only follow what is in alignment, which is 555. Feel the grid alter as you type it down below, as a result of the growing quantity of indicators. And at this point, now is the time for you to read them. Beloved, you did not come to this place with the only intention of surviving. In order to establish a new reality, you come. In order to be rid of illusions, to exude a sense of recollection. And with that, the duties will start. You won't be getting a scroll from the heavens, that's sure. There are times when you will not feel wings or hear trumpets. On occasion, your assignment will be delivered, due to the fact that it causes a change in one's heart. A blog article that you felt compelled to submit. A decision to remove yourself from the things that bring you down. It is not a trivial matter. This is a seismic event. It is a living transmission that you are. Every decision that you reach either increases the matrix's strength, as well as breaks it open. I, Michael, bring this to your attention. You are no longer the exclusive owner of your life. This is a container. It is a holy instrument that is tuned to the vibrations of change. In addition, heaven is observing how you play the game. If your instinct tells you to turn here, yes, that is a command. As soon as you have the urge to tell the truth, stop wasting time. When feelings of love begin to arise within you, fear, on the other hand, instructs you to stifle it. Decide to love whatever. The congregation is not comprised of those who are loud. The aligned comprise its composition. Do not look for confirmation from outside sources. You already have a deep understanding of the plan. The events are taking place little by little. Who exactly is it that you find annoying at work? This could be the next soul contract you sign. That is this mysterious person that happens to look at you while passing. Could have been sent specifically for the sake of recollection at that moment. At this moment, you are walking as a signal, a beacon of light. In addition, lighthouses do not pursue ships. They radiate brightly as they stand in their authority. Say this right now. I acknowledge the mission of my soul. 777. I walk in obedience to the Lord. In order to start the assignment, type it down here. That is because those who wait do not bring about change in the world. The people who respond to it bring about change. You, my dearly cherished, where they were born to react. When a soul is activated, the instant it is activated, this makes it visible to realms that are both visible and invisible. In addition, as your brightness grows, in the same way, the resistance does. You must be aware of this. In no way is the opposition a kind of punishment. Your strength is demonstrated by this. Have you taken note of? Recalling the old routines once more. Emotional issues that have not been handled. Increasing numbers of distractions? There is no coincidence in that. There is interference here. Simply because when the adversary is unable to defeat you, it will make an effort to wear you out. It is going to make you want to numb out, to scroll without stopping. You have doubts about your clarity, in a solitary and quiet manner. Now, however, I, Michael, will say this. To a soul that is rooted in reality, none of these powers can prevail. This is the reason why you must maintain vigilance. I am not paranoid, not absent. Watch over your fences. Watching what exactly are you? Do you have something to say? To whom are you devoting your efforts and focus? What you used to be is not who you are now. It is impossible to nourish your spirit with things that will deplete it. Maintain your composure. If it is necessary, get away from the loudness. Unplug the device in order to recharge it. Step into silence in order to realign. It is not always the case that the attacks will occur throughout the night. There are moments when they give off an erroneous impression, a pleasant but discouraging voice that undermines your objective, an occasion that satisfies your ego but corrodes your consciousness and spirit. Use your discernment as your sword. Peace serves as your defense. At each and every moment, you refuse to be distracted. You give your consent to the course of events. It is possible that you will have feelings of isolation in this profession. However, you are not. It is as if an army is around you. I am able to walk with it, to be heard out loud. I eliminate any and all distractions. I watch over my luminary 444. Your field will be reclaimed once you type it below. Because you're beloved, this conflict is not about what occurrences take place to you. It all depends on the response that you decide to give. And it is up to you. Echoes throughout the realms. During the course of every awakened soul's journey, there comes a moment, my beloved, that they are required to make the vow, not to a particular faith, in no way to a group, but according to their own God-given agreement. Now you have arrived at that point in time. The agony is still fresh in your mind. Behind the curtain, you have witnessed. The codes have been delivered to you. And at this point, yes, is what heaven is waiting for. My name is Michael, and I do not expect perfection. I am requesting permission to accompany you on your journey. In order to work through you, with you in the conflict, there is no need to worry about improving. The key is to always be honest. It is aligned, following the will of your spirit, rather than the expectations of the world. Some people will misinterpret your lack of response. Allow them to do so. Some people will cast doubt on your decisions. Leave them alone. Your activation was not successful in gaining approval. In order to bring about light, you were activated. This light will cause the rooms to transform, disrupt the established patterns, arouse hearts that have been slumber, but only if you promise to carry it without making any excuses. Do you feel prepared to answer yes? Your hand should be placed on your heart. Take a few deep breaths. Declare now that I solemnly swear to take the road that is divine to me. I cede control of the mission to the number 888. You can anchor your vow by typing it in the comments section. It is not a symbolic phrase. It is full of vitality. Across all dimensions, it reverberates. And once it was declared, open the doors. The assistance arrives. Heaven adjusts itself to accommodate your alignment. However, the road that lies ahead will require bravery. This is not because it poses a threat, but due to the fact that it is holy. Your yes right now happens to be the sound. It will reawaken another soul the next day. In this manner, the grid is able to catch fire, from one commitment to the next. When the promise is finally uttered, my beloved, heaven gets back to you immediately. Thunder might not be audible to you, but pay close attention. The world around you starts to change. And rise in synchronicities is expected. Suddenly, a name that you had just been considering comes to you. A stranger utters the precise phrase that you said in prayer all by yourself. At this point, doors that had been sealed start to crack open. This is no longer a confluence of events. It is a confirmation of it. You'll start to have a sense of it. When you are walking by yourself, there is a presence surrounding you, a softness that envelopes you whenever you shed tears, a knowing that beyond explanation that directs your next move. That person is your guardian angel. That is the heavenly reinforcement you requested. And you are correct, I am one of them. This is not merely a matter of being watched over. People are supporting you. When you carry out this mission, you are not doing so alone. It is not the only one. Some of whom you have already encountered. There are still some on their way. However, they are all interconnected through a holy frequency that is shared. When the two of you finally do meet, even for a short time, kingdoms are shaking. This message wasn't entertainment. It was an encounter. If your soul trembled, don't scroll past. When you click Super Thanks and donate $20 or more, you're not just helping a channel. You're expanding divine frequency on earth. Your gift is not forgotten. Angels move where generosity flows. Give with belief. Watch what happens. When the grid is activated, codes are used to unlock. It's possible that you don't speak the same words. However, your spirits will still remember. Using energy, you will be able to identify them. The glimmer of interest in their eyes. In the way that the stillness between you feels sacred. Furthermore, when you are surrounded by other people. However, I am most isolated. Do not forget this. Blending in was never intended for you to do. You have come to establish a new racial group. Heaven is making your way more aligned, alongside other individuals who taken the same promise. You are not an isolated beacon of hope. As a member of a constellation, you stand out. Say this right now. In the presence of divine allies, I am delighted to have Soul Family 222. Please type it below to get in touch with them. Given the magnitude of the task that lies ahead, in spite of this, it is no longer necessary to walk it alone. There is a reawakening of arms. Additionally, you are a cornerstone of it. Beloved, are you able to sense it? It was the silence that preceded the change. There is a subtle feeling that something that cannot be undone is taking place within you. At this point, the calibration is complete. In the moments preceding embodiment, the soul's breath, there are identities that you have shed that were never yours. You have lamented the futures that were never going to make sense. And at this point, at the very edge of the threshold, you find yourself. It is from this point forward that you are not waiting for indicators to appear. You are transforming into one. It is no longer a mystery what the mission is. Your decisions are where it resides, in the manner in which you present yourself. Despite the fact that your voice is shaking, you keep your courage to speak. Your unwavering commitment to the truth, even if it causes you to be alone. It is with all sincerity that I, Michael, say this. In order to make a difference in the world, you do not need to take big action. You have to take responsibility for what is really yours. To some, it's the act of creation. Mothering, writing, praying, guiding, and listening are some of the things that others do. Whatever it is that brings your presence into the world, it is your sacred duty to do so. Be careful not to undervalue it. Avoid putting things off. On top of that, never apologize for it. You are so much more than a simple seeker now. You are that which transmits. Your energy imparts knowledge not through words. What others have forgotten is reaffirmed by your presence. You are able to enter a room by. It is your light that starts to reshape the invisible realm. Not by making an effort, because of the alignment. This is the reason why you have been preparing for such a long time. That when the time came, you would be able to. You would hold your ground. And my beloved, here is the opportunity. Say this right now. My mission is embodied in me. The message is that I am the 1111. Put it in the comments section so that heaven can capture it. Because you are present in this place is not a casual occurrence. It is prudent to do so. There is a spiritual key in you, being placed into locks with divine power. And at this point, someone is turning the door. Sweetheart, if your own being is shaking at this very moment, be aware that you have successfully traversed the curtain. Since the beginning of this message, you have changed significantly. You are back in the game. You have agreed to it. And at this point, you are completely sealed. Your yes has been heard by heavens. Your name has been heard throughout the kingdoms. A ripple effect is already being caused across time frames by the frequency of your commitment. There is a process of updating the divine records. Consideration has been given by the angelic councils. Your field is shining more brightly now, not because you made an effort, despite the fact that you aligned. This third and last section is not a farewell. It's the beginning of something. Due to the fact that the mission does not begin with awareness. Embodiment is the starting point. You must now act as if everything is finished. Do as you are told to walk. Take the role of the chosen. Make a decision as someone who is knowledgeable. Every action is supported by divine intervention. Days of uncertainty are going to come. That is very typical, but you are not influenced by your feelings. You follow the essence of things. Your spirit is aware of the path. When the terror comes back, pronounce this to the world. I am a light that is moving. I am surrounded by angels. 999. And allow me, Michael, to enter the room alongside you. You were never by yourself. It is impossible for heaven to send without a surrounding. You, my dearly beloved, are encircled entirely. Going forward, beginning now, synchronicity will eventually become your native tongue. You will be pursued by numerous miracles. Your frequency will then be transformed into instruction. For those who are prepared to awaken, everyone else will experience it. They are going to inquire, what has changed? You'll give a nice smile and then say, the phrase, I remembered who I am. Now is the time to type it and let the grid to hear your voice. The phrase, I am ready, I am chosen, and I am light. And in the event that this message evoked a feeling within your whole being, appreciate it. Spread the word. Have a say. Give it a try. There are ripples that are sent to those who are still sleeping with every act of involvement. Sparkles, this is not the conclusion of your traveling journey. The unlocking of your command is everything that this encompasses. It is no longer the period that is upon us. Yes, the moment has come. Also, I, Archangel Michael, am walking alongside you. At all times,